right, all my fellow retro game enthusiasts that YouTube claims is watching these videos. It's time for another Goat Games trade-in video. We're a retro game store here in Merritt Island, Florida, at the Merritt Square Mall, and we get a ton of stuff. So there's a lot of videos, and this time we got a whole bunch of loose PSP games, Game Boy Advance, DS games, a lot of good stuff. So we're just gonna fly right into it. Let's start off with the big stuff here. What do we got? Pokemon Ruby, original Ruby. You see the little faded numbers there in the corner. Kind of hard to see. Awesome stuff. I love these Game Boy Advance Pokemon games. A lot of fun. They really took the series forward, I think, in a way that Gold and Silver, Red, Blue didn't quite do, though. Full respect to those games. What else have we got here? Digimon Dawn. I didn't realize it's such an expensive game here. All the cute little Digimon there. Didn't quite catch on the same way Pokemon did, unfortunately, but that's just how it be, man. There's a lot of Pokemon knockoffs that didn't quite make it, but Digimon's got a pretty hardcore fan base, man. Digimon fans are still holding on to this day. So you gotta give them respect. They have yet to give up the fight. And we've got Little Big Planet for the PlayStation Portable. Pretty big release when it came out for the PlayStation 3. And of course they did the PSP port as well, since that was kind of the thing that Sony was doing at the time. And yeah, it's a really fun game as well. Kind of create your own arts and crafts, platforming, multiplayer sort of experience. It's a lot of fun. A great kids game too. And here we've got Dragon Ball Z Supersonic Warriors 2. There's our Supersonic Warriors, guys. I'm not a huge DBZ fan, so I really can't tell you which ones are crazy, which ones aren't, all that jazz. People are absolutely crazy for these games, and it's always cool to get them in. People always ask about them too. You got any DBZ games in? Here we go. Is this the best Pokemon game ever? Pokemon Platinum? I don't know. I mean, I think it might be. This is a lot of people's favorite Pokemon game right here. They kind of just went the full distance, you know. They have the this is the third game of the Diamond and Pearl or whatever. This is like the Masterclass Edition release of this game. And they really went all out for Pokemon Platinum, which is why people remember it fondly. And we got some loose Game Boy Advance games here. Avatar Last Airbender. Never played it. But Donkey Kong Country for the original Game Boy Advance. Still got the weird digitized graphics from the Super Nintendo. This is something that did not age well on the Super Nintendo, if you ask me. I don't know how the Game Boy Advance version is. And we've got this sweet, what is this? Black and red Nintendo 3DS XL. 3DS XL, man. It is the way to go. These 3DS games and the DS games, dude, I mean, look at them. They're getting pretty high up there in terms of, you know, price and all that. 3DS, DS games are going to be like the Game Boy Advance games of today, man. The Game Boy games of today and all that. Maybe something you want to hold on to. Here we got Transformers Autobots. Now, I hear the Transformer games are pretty good. The 360 PS3 ones were remembered pretty fondly, and those are one of the few games that of the PS3 and Xbox 360 that's kind of held its price. War of Cybertron, I think it is, which I think we have here somewhere. Yeah, it's right here. War of Cybertron.
Roll out.
Yeah, Cyberbots roll out. Exactly wrong. But yeah, those games held their price pretty well. And we got New Super Mario Brothers for DS. Classic game. A lot of fun. And what is this? Sega Superstars Tennis. Have I seen this one before? I don't even know. I think I've seen the non-DS version. But all your Sega favorite characters are here playing tennis. And come on, the box even tells you, smash it up with Sega Superstars. Perfect. And here we got Kung Fu Panda. I don't think this movie quite caught on as much as these games tried to shove it in our faces. I don't know if this one really caught on for DreamWorks there. I don't know if I ever did a Kung Fu Panda 2. Here's Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare for the DS. That's a strange game right here that I kind of want to play. It looks like it could be pretty promising, honestly, as far as DS first-person shooters go. It's a pretty bold step to take for any DS game to do the whole first-person shooter thing. But a lot of games did it successfully. I can't remember the names of them, but I assure you they succeeded. We got loose PSP games, guys. It's time to celebrate. It's time to get up and dance. Now, maybe not for Ben 10, Protector of Earth, but you can certainly do it for some of these other games here. Surely there's a good one. Daxter for the PlayStation Portable. Jak and Daxter side game there. What is this one? Oh, God. I'm afraid to know. Golden Compass. Oh, man. I was excited. I thought that was like Monster Hunter or something. This is Secret Agent Clank. I know that much. I can kind of... Yep, Secret Agent Clank. That's what happened with a lot of those PS2 mascot, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank. Kind of just got their own PSP games. And here's The Sims 2 for the PSP, which I hear is pretty weird. It might be at the one I have to highlight here for the channel. I really enjoyed exploring these weird games that come out for these systems. It's something that I really enjoy personally, just to kind of see. There's so many games I've heard of that, you know, like Sonic Mania here. I've obviously heard of it. That it's really interesting to go back and look at the games that I've never really heard of, and I have no idea what they are. And it's usually pretty pleasantly surprising. Here's Killzone 2, PlayStation 3. This is a fantastic shooter right here. Killzone games were a lot of fun, and $8, man. That's a good time for only $8, dude. PlayStation 3 is probably the place to be right now as far as dollar to hours enjoyment. Even Army of Two here. It wasn't big when it came out. Well, I guess it's a greatest hit, so I guess it sold pretty well, but I think a lot of traditional gamers kind of rolled their eyes at the brown and whatever shooting sort of, where every modern war game released at the time had like these brown visual filters over it, and kind of took place in the Middle East sort of games. There's a lot of those games kind of released, but I think a lot of them hold up pretty well, honestly. I mean, they're good shooters. Well, it's a third-person shooter, and this is Red Faction. Red Faction 2 is the more famous one. I don't know how Red Faction 1 is. Oh, yes, Rapala Pro Fishing. This cover. Classic cover right there. Now, we may eternally turn our noses up at fishing games, but I don't know, guys. If we're going to celebrate Truck Simulator and Gas Station Worker Simulator, if these games are going to take off, I think it's time for fishing games to finally make their debut. It's time for that Cinderella story to happen. Here's Call of Duty Finest Hour. These World War II Call of Duties were really good. A lot of fun. It was. That is the first Call of Duty. Another game I've never heard of, Scalar. I look at this, I'm like, did this game actually come out? Like, I've never seen, heard, or I've never heard of this game. Scalar. Flushed Away, the movie where rats just get flushed down the toilet. What kind of story are you trying to tell here? Those kung fu frogs. They're pretty funny. Call of Duty 2, the Big Run one. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah, like Scalar. I've never seen that game. I don't know what that game could possibly be. Here's a good one to get. Nightmare of Druaga from Namco. As soon as I see anime stuff on it, I assume it's pretty pricey. But this is kind of like the original Nightmare, Tower of Druaga. Kind of crazy to see a series like that made for the PS2, like a full-on reimagining. Here's another World Tour. What is this? What are these games? I don't know. Some scooter game. I mean, I don't know if you can make riding a scooter look hardcore, man. I don't care if you're wearing the whole wearing that muscle shirt and got the blazing blue hair. I don't think it's possible to make riding a scooter look badass. That's just something that can't be done. Shaun White Snowboarding. Pretty fun sports game. Here we go. Here's a classic game right here. Resident Evil Code Veronica for the PlayStation 2. The Resident Evil game was on Dreamcast that we all got jealous about, but they went ahead and gave it to us on the PS2, and we're like, well, I guess I don't need a Dreamcast now. Nah, Dreamcast is great. Great system. Minority Report, everybody runs. What? Taunting people for trying to preserve their life. This looks pretty decent, actually. I might have to give it a try. Now this, I don't know, super trucks racing. But again, I mean, if these simulation games can take off, why not World Truck Racing or Super Truck Racing, whatever the heck. Power Rangers Dino Thunder. I did not follow the Power Rangers, so when I was super into them when I was a kid, though. The original Power Rangers, when they debuted in North America, man, I was all over that. I dressed up as a Blue Ranger for Halloween. I tripped and fell multiple times. Batman Arkham Asylum. Here's some Xbox One games, but the Power Rangers they've gone to space. They've teamed up with dinosaur powers. They've got like little fidget spinners. I can't keep up what's going on with that series. Not that I try to, but occasionally Power Rangers will drift back into my life, and I'll kind of look over at it and be like, what have you become? You know, Power Rangers is like that friend who is always like in a different jam every time you see him. After a couple of years, like 1 year he's married, and then like 3 years later he's like a destruction derby driver or something. I don't know. Here it is. Transformer War of Cybertron. And what do we got it for? Then we got it for 30. Yeah, we got it for 30. Not a lot of Xbox 360s command, or Xbox 360 games command that kind of price. Not that I would say $30 is unobtainable, but I also say this as someone who looks at a lot of pricier games. But still, I mean, that was an Activision game, and it was a Transformers game, so you know they made a ton of those games. And the fact that it's still worth $30 really, well, says something. It says it's a good game to me. People says that there's a lot of demand for it. People want it. A lot of these 360 games people don't want seen it. Halo 3 ODST. Grand Theft Auto 5. I wonder when the original Xbox is going to start taking off in price here. And we've seen the PS2 tried to get pretty pricey. Original Xbox got a lot of great games. It's kind of weird to see it kind of just stuck in the mud. These are Blu-ray movies. End of the video, I guess. Jungle Book. I technically have to show these off. Scary Stories Tell in the Dark. I have zero interest in these Blu-rays, but I'm still going to show you them. Oh, some bunch of horror movies. I thought this was a PS4 game at first, but that was just a Blu-ray cover tricking me. Rock of Ages. God. Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy. That's not bad. I still need to see it. Alice Through the Looking Glass. So that is a bad one, though. And Beauty and the Beast. Oh, Wii games. They got lost in here. Game Party and Mario Power Tennis. There we go. All right. That's the trade-in video. Hope you enjoyed the chat. Thanks again for watching the videos, guys. We definitely appreciate the growth of the channel and all the views. Stuff like that. Honestly, didn't think people would watch these videos, but they do. Or at least I assume they do. YouTube claims that they do. All right, guys, until next time, take it easy.